In 7 weeks' time, the Super Bowl will be right here on this field at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And if today's game here is any indication, the Seattle Seahawks plan on a return trip. The Seattle Seahawks, a dominating 23-0 whitewashing of the New York Giants here at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Seattle going to 12-2 on the season, one step closer to clinching home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. And as much as the offense for Seattle was pretty efficient, Russell Wilson just over 200 yards passing, 18 of 27, threw a touchdown, ran for 50 yards as well. As the scoreboard indicates, the defense was the story. No points, the first shutout of the season for the Seattle Seahawks. They sacked Eli Manning 4 times. They picked him off 5 times in this ball game. The #1 defense this season in the National Football League, only allowing 181 yards of total offense, 54 in the first half. And after the game, I talked with one of the defensive standouts for the Seattle Seahawks, linebacker Bobby Wagner. He had 7 tackles and 1.5 sacks. On the scoreboard and on paper, it looked as if the Seahawks did have their best defensive game of the season. I asked Bobby Wagner, in his eyes, was it Seattle's best defensive game of the season?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we pitched a shutout. You know, it's something that we wanted to do. We had to bounce back from that last loss that we had last week, and we felt we came out with a lot of energy and did that.
How long did that loss against San Francisco on the road stick with you going into this coming week?
Man, it stuck with us till today. You know, when you come so close and lose a game like that, you want to come out the next game and make sure, you know, you prove that you're still at the top of the league. So I think we did that.
You were playing here at MetLife Stadium. Of course, the Super Bowl 7 weeks away in this same building. Did you think about it, or did any of the team think about being here at MetLife Stadium in 7 weeks' time?
Yeah, I definitely thought about it a little bit, but at the same time, you know, we got to do a lot of work to get back to this place. But you know, it's good to get a feel on what it could be like. One
game closer to having home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Is that something that you're conscious of too, and we're conscious of playing this game?
Yeah, we definitely want to get that. You know, we feel like a lot of teams are going to have a struggle, you know, coming to our place. So we want, you know, the playoffs to come between us.
Did you see some of the 12th man fans in the stands, or were you cognizant of that?
Yeah, we were out there deep. We was out there deeper than New York fans. So, you know, that's how we travel, though.
What do you think you guys have to work on in terms of getting better as the postseason comes? You've clinched a playoff spot. In the next couple of games, what are you working on outside of just clinching home field throughout the playoffs?
Penalties. We need to do a better job of the penalties. The penalties are hurting us. You know, luckily, you know, they didn't hurt us today, but in a big game, you know, definitely in the playoffs, anything like that is going to hurt us, so we need to work on that.
Bobby, thank you so very much for joining us. Congratulations on the win, and have fun with the Popeyes chicken. Have you had Popeyes before?
I love Popeyes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
As for the New York Giants, they did clinch something today, but in an ignominious way. Their first losing season they have clinched since 2004. They're 5-9 on the season, and today, as I said, an absolute horror show for the New York Giants across the board. Eli Manning, no touchdowns, 5 interceptions in the ball game. And adding injury to insult, Victor Cruz left the game with a concussion and a sprained knee going up to make a catch in the second half. So everything went wrong and then some for the New York Giants. For the Seattle Seahawks, the total opposite. Now 12-2 on the season. Because of the 49ers win today against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Seattle cannot clinch home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs in Week 15, which is this week. But they have a chance to do so next week in Week 16, and if not, all they have to do is win their next 2 games, their final 2 games of the season, and they'll clinch home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. So stay tuned here on ALOTOFSportsTalk.com for the written recap and also an audio interview, a very interesting interview with one of the Seattle Seahawks players on defense, defensive tackle Brandon Mebane, showing one of his talents to us on ALOTOFSportsTalk.com in the interview that we had with him. So once again, the final score, Seattle 23, the New York Giants nothing. Here from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, my name is Adeshina Koike for ALOTOFSportsTalk.com.